Globalization challenges state sovereignty in many ways that can change the political units of a state. Politics today are essentially market-driven, economies are tied through financial flows, popular culture is spread through communication technology, and technology allows for global communication. Globalization can be partially blamed for devolution because it led to ethnic separatism, terrorism, economic and social problems, and irredentism. So, what is devolution? Devolution is a process in which the central government of a country grants powers to subnational governments. Through devolution, the states gain responsibility for matters that were previously handled at the federal level. Physical geography, such as mountains or rivers, can serve as barriers to communication because they separate or isolate regions. This may result in part of a country being too remote from others, and can lead to devolution because the regions are too far from the central government. Ethnic separatism is advocacy of a state's culture, ethnic, tribal, religious, racial, governmental, or gender separation from the larger group. This can lead to devolution as ethnic groups desire for self-determination. An example of this are many European nations and states. Terrorism is a use of violence by a group to intimidate a population or force a government into granting its demands. Terrorism can lead to devolution as violent uprisings of ethnic groups can result in political powers being passed down to groups, such as the Basques bombing places in Spain. Economic and social problems such as differences in wealth and income can create division, as one area of a country can be more developed and one area can be less developed. This can further lead to devolution as each area of the country may have different needs and may desire for different rules. Irredentism is the wish of a state to claim area with its majority ethnic group that are partially in the political boundaries of another state. This can lead to devolution, as that local region gains more power over themselves and are ultimately separate from the country that they reside in. An example of this is when Pakistan started cultural irredentism among Muslims in Kashmir, in an attempt to gain territory from India. So, what does globalization have to do with all this? Well, globalization may have been responsible for devolution in many areas. The idea of self-determination spread worldwide, and more groups within countries desire to determine their own statehood and form their own governments. An example of this concept is the United Kingdom, where Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland exercise authority over their own land, but remain part of the United Kingdom. After struggling for decades, Kenya has finally transferred power from a central government to local government units. The new system has been created to account for minority ethnic groups. It has been divided into 47 sub-national governance units as of August 2010.